Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Shady Mob podcast with your two favorite pod mob stars.
All right, guys, please click on the subscribe button so you can be notified when we drop our latest content.
3, 2, 1, my guy.
Let's roll.
Let's kick it, baby.
Damas y caballeros, es tiempo!
Estoy listo. ¿Cómo estás, muchachos y muchachas? On today's episode, we're breaking down episode 3 of X-Men 97. Introducing your hosts, the man and your king.
Episode 3 dropped and it was not a flop. We find out the second Jean Grey, introduced at the end of episode 2, is the real one, who had been switched out by Sinister at some point during the Phoenix Saga in the original X-Men series. This episode was filled with a lot of action and a lot of emotion. The man! What were your thoughts, my guy?
So, in the beginning, I just didn't like how Jean was judged as hard, or I guess the clone. They just kind of like shrugged her off, or like, thought she was a bad person from the start. Rogue and Magneto were messing around, according to Mort, while he was checking the thing.
Rogue
checking
was
the
Rogue. Rogue
Yeah.
went Rogue.
Rogue. I don't know who Sinister is. This is just me coming in, new fan, new viewer. Good writing. Cool scenes like the fight scene with the demons and everything like that. Cyclops had a cool entry. Bishop also was really crazy too, how he absorbed Cyclops' lasers with his fists. And I liked the Wolverine and Jean part as well. That was really sick. That was really beautiful, to be honest, because I know that they probably had some history, and Wolverine thinks about Jean fondly.
That's the one love story that I always wish they really dove into.
I don't like her name, Goblin Queen. What? Just kind of cheesy name. It didn't really fit her because there wasn't any goblins. I don't know why. The Sorceress would have been a better name.
I think the reason why they gave her the name the Goblin Queen was because she's a clone and she might be a goblin and she's evil or whatever.
But that wasn't really explained that well in this episode. And then, bro, I hated how again, spoiler alert, if you guys didn't watch the episode, please go watch it now. Pause now and watch it, because from now on, we're going to talk about spoilers. But, man, when they gave the boy away, Nathan, to Bishop, and Cyclops freaked out about that, he has to be sent to the future. Man, he is such a pussy. Why? Send off your son. If it's the only way to save him, why aren't you going to be with him? Yeah, okay, I get it. You don't want to be abandoning your kid. But it's like, come on, it's the only way. But still, it's not like he's doing it in an ill way. He's not doing it to hurt him. He has to.
Well, that's also the thing. Like, this is why you definitely need to watch the original X-Men series. Like, I'm gonna just like that.
I know.
Because I'm gonna be real with you, like, this series has done a really good job catering to the original fan base. I just noticed this. I think they also switched out Morph's voice actor in this series. I love how they limited Jubilee's lines. No offense to the new voice actor. I bet you anything she's a great, sweet person, and I hope she gets a lot of work in the future.
Bro, she doesn't have any lines in there. Just
she
one
has, like,
line.
2 lines. Two.
No, she has one. 2 lines. Okay, yeah, they're Netflix and chilling.
I like how they're incorporating her, still making Jubilee do the action scenes and shit, but they're not giving her as many lines as the original Jubilee had. It's because I think they know that the fans are not okay with the switch, because she doesn't sound anything like Jubilee in my personal opinion. Let's see, who is Morph voice actor? Morph voice actor, John Paul Karalik, the voice actor for Morph, feels connection to the character. He shared that Morph is still figuring out who he is after the events of X-Men, the animated series, which set stage. Did they change Morph's voice actor?
I also liked how Magneto tried to help as well. That's like kind of boosting his character in the direction of the team trusting him. But again, like, I think it's just a quick episode in the sense that, like, everything was just so quick. How the Goblin Queen was just too quick to switch. I don't know. Like, she was just evil and then not evil in the span of like 10 minutes. And you can tell that time doesn't go that fast in this show. Like, things happening like this. Like, it's really as if things are happening within the same day, right?
Oh, they
Ah,
did switch out. That's why he sounds so different. Sorry for going back to the whole morph subject real quick. So this is the thing. I don't have an issue with them wanting to make morph non-binary. That's fine. I don't give a
he's
fuck.
non-binary now.
Well, bro, like they're portraying him non-binary in this, but
I
in
guess
the original,
he does play female and male characters.
I have no issues with that. I think it's fucking
Okay.
dope, to be completely honest with you, because some of the female characters that he turns into is fucking lit. My
Yeah.
issue is I don't think there was a need to replace Ron Rubin as Morph. Because Ron Rubin's Morph, it was a lot more hobgoblin-y, very like goblin-y, and I liked it. I liked his original voice. Same with Jubilee. I know it's a new take. They're not all gonna come back, but I'll be real with you though. I like Morph's character in this. He's portrayed as a badass. I like how he's depicting. They're depicting his struggle about, I think, not being able to come out. I think that's what they're trying to depict, and I think he has feelings for Wolverine. And I don't know. I just like how Morph is just portrayed, and he's honestly one of the best characters in the show. I just don't like how they changed the voice actor.
I guess I have no base of reference, but I think they all sound pretty good. Again, the characters in this episode that honestly seemed kind of weak to me were Cyclops, just because of how he acted towards the end.
They did a
And
great job in the first two episodes making him look like a badass and the leader, and then in one episode they made him a cuck.
even Gambit too. He doesn't seem like that phased by
Bro.
the fact that Rogue and Magneto are definitely getting it on.
Well, he is phased. I feel so bad for my guy.
But he doesn't
Gambit,
feel phased at all.
He does.
doesn't
He's just trying to put a strong face. Did you not see how he looked at Rogue and Magneto when he walked into the goddamn thing? He was devastated until he realized it was just an illusion. He was devastated.
He was,
I'm telling
but like,
you.
I don't know, man.
And then when he saw them come back, well, remember, they went to go rescue somebody in the episode. They talk about it for like a very brief second, but they went to go do a mission.
I guess so. But coincidentally, those two, and they have much. They have like 3 weeks worth of training time.
I'm just trying to give Gambit the benefit of the doubt. Hey, mon chéri, man.
Bro, that guy, he's trying to put that mag in that Nito, you know?
Oh, yeah, yep.
Positively. I'm negatively
Positively. And that charge is electric. Bro, Gambit's actually one of my favorite characters in the show. I love his voice actor. I love everything about him. His swagger, his bravado, his flair. He's fucking dope. Gambit is fucking dope. Wolverine, bro, I still can't get over how old he sounds. Does he
sound older?
Dude. He doesn't sound like Logan. He sounds like old man Logan.
Do you prefer that they would have switched someone out for someone younger or kept them the same?
Nah, fuck no. Keep him. Unless you get somebody. So this is my thing. I would have been okay with the switches if the people that they got to switch out sounded like the characters that were originally portrayed. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. So it's like, let's say, like Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender, when Mako died, and they brought in I forget his name, but the new gentleman who has killed it as Iroh. When they made that switch, he sounded like Iroh. I didn't realize that Mako had passed away because at the time I was like 7 or 8 years old and I didn't understand.
Yeah, I thought they were just appreciating his work at the time. Yeah.
I didn't even know who Mako was. I didn't know anything about backstage. For me, Avatar: The Last Airbender was a real thing until I became like a teenager and I realized cartoons weren't real. Okay? So for me, like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then once I got older and I started looking into casting, backstage, behind the scenes stuff, production and all that shit, that's how everything clicked for me. But the voice actor sounded the same. Even the live action characters who portrays the Avatar: Last Bender characters, Ian Housley sounds close to the original voice actor for Sokka. Zuko sounds close to the original. They at least sound close. These people don't sound anywhere near.
So you're saying that the new people for X-Men don't sound at all
like the characters that they're originally portrayed.
Not even comparable.
Not even comparable. The thing that it works with, the reason why it works with Morph is because he is a character that shapeshifts and he can take on other people's voices. It doesn't work with Jubilee because we've heard Jubilee, and I think that's part of the reason why they've limited her role so much, or at least her lines in this, because it definitely bothers the fans because she doesn't sound anything like Jubilee at all. At all. That is my biggest fucking gripe. I love Magneto's addition to the team though. That is actually really cool.
That's a cool. I like that too. You know, especially from the comics and the movies, what I've seen.
I really hope they don't. I really
it's
hope
interesting.
they don't turn him. But I can also, because it is Marvel, I can see them bringing back Charles Xavier.
I'm smelling something, man. I feel like they're gonna cook up something. They're gonna cook up something, and it's gonna annoy everybody. Because I honestly, I like him part of the team too. I don't want Charles Xavier back.
I want him to be back. They need to bring him back.
Oh, come on,
they
man.
Need to bring him back to life.
It's not good storytelling.
At the end of the season. Yeah. What do you mean? It's part of the comics.
And keep it separate.
What do you mean? He dies and he comes back to life.
How are they going to bring him back? How do they bring him back?
Alternate dimension.
Come on now. That's so overplayed.
Stone.
Just keep the same characters and grow them. And then once the show ends, then you bring them back.
Bring him back. It's called the X-Men.
Oh.
Not the M-Men. X-Men.
Watch them take so long to bring him back because they get a new voice actor. Well, actually, no, he's in this episode. He actually came back. Yeah, he's in this episode. Yeah,
think about it. He was in this episode. And then Storm. Yeah. We also get to see Storm come back. So how would you rate this episode?
So 1 being the worst, 10 being the highest. And again, if I rate something that's a 5, that's totally fine too. It's just average. I'm not basing it off of like school grades where a 70 is a C average. No, that's stupid. I would say this episode.
I go off school grades.
This episode, for me, was a 6, slightly above average, solely because you get the emotion and the connection with Wolverine and Jean. You get the split personality, and you get the emotion of Dathan, the baby, leaving the timeline with Bishop. You also get Gambit going through a lot with that, but the fight scenes were short. It was very rushed. It didn't make sense how quickly a clone Jean would turn like that. Yeah, okay, maybe she was programmed by Sinister, but even Sinister wasn't even in the episode for that long. He wasn't the main antagonist. Clone Jean was, right? So it was kind of confusing, like, where is Sinister and all this? And yeah, sure, he was testing stuff out with the baby, but I would have rather them fight him in the next episode, right? So that they can build stuff with this one.
He's going to probably come back in the next episode, or this season he might be the big bad guy.
Hopefully, I feel like this should have been a two episode, because this is a powerful episode, man.
For me, I guess personally, I'd give it like a 7. The reason why is because they're going out of their way to pander to the original fan base of the original series. They're welcoming all the new fans, and they appreciate all the new fan bases and everybody that's coming in to watch the show. But they're not really focusing in on, like, for example, you guys. They're focusing in on people like me who have seen the original, and they're just keeping that pace going. They're like, basically, they're making the new fan like, okay, you want to see more X-Men? Go back and rewatch it because it'll explain everything to you, and you're gonna just understand everything from here on out. But for the new fans, like, they do give you some of the Easter eggs of the backstory of what happened. They do hinted on like what happens in the past. I liked the episode. It was good. 7 out of 10. C plus or C. Could it have been better? Of course, everything could have been better, but it wasn't bad. For what it was, it did pull my heartstrings. I love the animation, the composition, and I just want to see where it goes from here. I hated how they really brought Cyclops' character down after they built it back up.
Dude, I just didn't like that, man. Why make him like that? He's such. Just makes him.
I hope they.
Makes him a bad father, if anything.
I hope they bring him back. But guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back with some What to Watch.
Guys, you're watching a Shady Mob production. Make sure to follow the Shady Mob podcast, where we break down all the latest content and talk about life. Please make sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe so you can be notified when the latest content drops. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with the man and your king,
the king,
it's time for
What to Watch. 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 Yes, sir.
Alex, what do you recommend to the people?
I recommend you watch the original X-Men 2000 movie. That's actually what got me into X-Men. Pretty good. CGI, not that great, but pretty decent. I do like the story and the characters. Introductions, we get to see Wolverine on screen for the first time. I don't know if they made any live action X-Men before this,
They did
but
not. This was the
yeah,
first
so
iteration of the X-Men. Live
Patrick
action.
Stewart as well, great. Professor Xavier, I would say the best one that we've had so far.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Yep, and I did not like how,
He was also
however,
in Dune, the original, by the way.
I didn't like
Don't go
how
watch
later in the later episodes,
it.
they make Cyclops non-existent, or in the later movies they make Cyclops
They
non-existent.
fucking
But
kill him off
good,
in Last
they make a
Stand. That was
good movie,
irritating.
good stuff. I do like the characters. Everybody's great. Villains can be a little bit kind of dumb, but everything else is really good.
Mystique
Yeah, I like it.
was so hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's all makeup
dude.
too. That's not CGI. That's all makeup.
I know. Damn.
Yeah.
Her and Jennifer Lawrence. God bless him. Ian, I forget his name, but Ian McKinsley. I think that's his name.
Yep.
Yeah, Ian McKinsley and Patrick Stewart, dynamic duo. I fucking love.
Hella
I
good.
love those two. Dude, that X-Men movie, the foundation for the franchise from Fox, is so underrated because it literally spawned so many other movies that actually, whether we want to admit that they were or they weren't, they were shit. Some of them were shit, but they
Some
continue
of
to
them were
make them,
pretty
and we have
terrible.
an entire universe thanks to them. So
Yeah.
thank you, Fox. And thank you for selling them back to Disney. Thank you for giving the rights back
Because
to
then
Disney.
we wouldn't
so
have
we'll get
gotten
proper.
X-Men 97.
We wouldn't have gotten Deadpool and Wolverine. Because they
That
were
is
still
true,
creating
yes.
X-Men content. We wouldn't have gotten Deadpool and Wolverine, and that's something that I'm really hyped for because thanks to them, now we get to see Wolverine in the Marvel Cinematic Universe wearing the iconic yellow and blue suit. It's gonna be lit.
Is that a mutant behind you? Is that a mutant?
Actually, it is. It's Spider-Man! Guys, it's the radioactive Spider-Man, if you know what I'm saying. It's the Spider-Man from the 1990s animated series. Go and check it out. I am hoping that they reboot the series, they continue it, because they ended it off on a cliffhanger that Peter went into like the Spider-Verse to go and find MJ. And then they started the Unlimited Spider-Man series. They only did one season of that. He didn't find her, and then they canceled the show. So, Marvel, I need you to continue this shit. If you're going to give me X-Men 97, you need to give me Spider-Man, the animated series. I need to know what happened to Peter. Did he find MJ? Did he get his happy ending? Does he have children? What happened to this man, okay? What happened to him? What happened to a Spider-Man, okay? Because you did not close it off for me, and it was the best Spider-Man iteration of my entire life. I don't give a fuck about Marvel Spider-Man, the one that came out with like Jake Bell in like the 2010s or whatever. That was great. Who gives a shit? This guy right here. This is my Spider-Man. This Spider-Man inspired the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Did he have wings?
Foundation. No, he did not. That was another Spider-Man. Go check out Spider-Man, the animated series from the 1990s, guys. It is a classic. It is great. It goes into the entire Marvel animated universe, and it really does connect everything.
Deadpool's in that, right?
You see him for a brief second. Daredevil's in it for sure, though. Guys, please follow, like, subscribe, comment on the video, share this with your friends, family, and partners. We appreciate you. Stay tuned for more content, guys.
Bye, guys.